quite pleasurable. So much better. Keep your face up. Chin up, chin up. Good. Down, breathe. You're good. Now put your face back down and swim.
Kick, 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 kick.
Woo! Let's go! We did it, folks. In 4 days, they've learned how to swim across the pool all on their own. Taking their own breaths.
Rocket swimming, baby!
From like never swim.
Oh, man. I think I have adrenaline coursing through me.
And we're on the deep end and I'm not going crazy.
No, neither one of you are.
Yeah.
Look how he's relaxed. Hey guys, Jonny Rocket here with day number 2 with Warren and Katrice. We're teaching them how to swim. Now, neither one of them had a fear of water, but both of them did not know how to get their own breath. Yesterday, we started off with floating, learning how to kick, learning how to roll onto our back and roll back onto our belly. Today, we're going to be teaching them how to use the fins and how to kick a little bit longer on the board, how to kick a little bit longer on their backs and on their bellies, and start to introduce some breaststroke pulls, as well as hopefully today some backstroke as well. So follow along. If you find it helpful, splash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get ready to rock it. So the first thing I'm going to get them used to doing though is cycle breathing, just reminding them how important the breath is and getting them used to, so whatever we review, they're right on target with their breath and knowing when to breathe and how to breathe, okay? So let's do a few Oompas first, or whatever it takes, just to bob up and down and do the cycle breathing. In through your mouth, out through your nose. Okay, that's just in case you ever get water up your nose, you're confident you can just get it right out, breathe another breath in, and blow more out, okay? Okay, so bobs up and down. Good. Yeah, eventually sometimes the cycle catches up to you and you're like, wait a second, I'm doing it backwards. Yeah, feel confident about that? Yeah. The other important part about reviewing cycle breathing is that you're also preparing them to be able to catch their breath in one inhale or less, so that when they get to breaststroke pulls or freestyle pulls, they don't need to stay on their side for a long time, or they don't need to stay with their head out of the water for a long time and get extra air, because they're kind of used to anticipating, I get one inhale, I'm going to take it and I'm going to preserve it. So they make it a little bigger and they start waiting a little more patiently instead of wondering where the next breath is going to come from. And that's another important thing that we'll go over today, which is anticipating the breath and breathing on a regular schedule, a consistent schedule, as opposed to waiting until you need a breath, which is gets you into trouble every time. Okay? Floats on the back, but I'm going to have you go right into kicking. You don't have to remain still anymore. Just go right into kicking and paddling on your back, and then we'll dismount. 3, 2, 1. Chin up. Yep, good. Paddles and kicks. And then when it's time to dismount, sit down. Hips down and face forward. Good. Good use of the arms too, to keep twirling, to shift her balance from backwards to forwards. Good. Very good. All right, now sit down.
My hands.
Back. Good. He's floating and moving on his own on his back now too, just like he does on his belly. Time to sit down. Stay low as possible. Good job. Wow, his dismounts have gotten way better. Even though my hand was on his head all the way up, I wasn't pushing him, I wasn't helping him. I allowed him to kind of do it on his own as I made sure he wasn't going to fall back. That was excellent. Nice job. Yeah, you can do it one more time, Katrice, and then we'll move on to the next part of our review. Keep that face up. Breathe. Paddles might not help you. Try just kicking again.
Just kicking?
Well, yeah, I wasn't sure the paddles were actually helping because you got to the middle of the pool.
How do you do your
and
arms?
stayed still. You stayed still.
How do you do your paddle when you... how do you do?
I'm pushing water, loose wrists, pushing water.
this,
yeah. What
backward?
do you feel when you do it?
I would just move my arm.
You're just moving your arms.
Yeah, I think.
So maybe focus less on the hands, more on the arms. Push. Yeah.
Now you're moving nice.
Yeah. Good. And dismount. Good. Great.
Good job.
Good job. All right. Yeah, that was a lot more effective. Maybe rather than thinking about the hands, think about more from the shoulders or the elbows to the arms, right? You just you're using your hands are the paddle itself, so you don't need to control that. You need to control whatever the hinge point is for that paddle's mechanism. Now you're going to push off on your belly, do some kicks, and practice the dismount from your belly, because that's a hard one too. Okay, well, it may not be hard after you've learned it from me, but it's a good practicing it.
This is the one we go straight forward.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll let you go first again, but I wanted it to be near just in case. Go ahead.
If I remember this.
Yep. And now pull down, knees to chest. Good job. Good. Pull forward, knees to chest. All right. Ready? Yep. Go ahead. Good deep breath. And pull down, knees to chest.
You
Good.
hit your head, dude.
Almost, but when you bring your knees to your chest, I like how you kept your head down this time. That was great. You brought. So now we're going to review the pineapples, where you roll from belly to back and back to belly. So we'll start with belly to back, because that's the harder one. And it's the more important one because it allows you to go from a swimming state into a breathing state. So here's how you do it from a momentum perspective. You're kind of going to roll with the momentum. Watch me. You're going to use the momentum from the push-off to allow it to roll you.
So smooth.
Yeah, well, I know. It does look really smooth when the professional does it. I get it. The difference is static energy versus kinetic energy. When I'm just sitting still, that's static energy, so I have to create the roll. When I push off the wall, I'm using kinetic energy. It's moving energy, and I'm going to roll into that energy and allow it to help. Chin up. Roll, chin up. Good. And stand up. Excellent. Good. Chin up. Excellent. Excellent. And now stand up. Well, sit down, I should say. Nope, sit down, and then you use your arms to shift your balance. Remember, yesterday we talked about 3 things. In the last video, we talked about 3 things that keep you buoyant, which is important when you're rolling to your back, so you can breathe when you get there. The 3 things are air in your lungs, which I heard you take a deep breath. The second thing is surface area, which when we're pushing forwards and stretching out as tall as we can, that's enough surface area. We don't have to be spread out like legs apart, arms apart. Not necessary. So he had surface area, because I've already taught him the superhero arms. And then the third thing that keeps you buoyant in the water, keeps you up, is speed. And now that's why we're now pushing off the wall. So he found it easier because we incorporated part number 3 to buoyancy, which is speed. Good. Chin up. Good. And dismount. Nice. Good. Roll. Could you release it? Release it out of your nose. Good. Okay, yeah. You want to sit up? You can sit up there. Just keep sitting down, though. Yeah! Good. Good. It's deceiving because I have my hand on him, folks, but I'm not helping him anymore. I'm letting him stand up on his own. I just have it there in case he comes back. Nice, dude. Good chin up. Good, and sit up. Good. So I keep saying sit up too, folks. When you're dismounting from your back, you're really sitting down and sitting up at the same time. One of them is sitting down in a chair. The other one is sitting up in bed. So when I say sit up, oftentimes I've already seen their hips sink and they've already done the sit down portion, and I'm trying to remind them now sit up. Okay, so just as a reminder, step number 1 is sit down.
Sit down.
Okay, got to bring your hips down to the bottom of the pool, and then you're going to sit up to finish it off. Now, it kind of happens simultaneously. The legs might come up a little bit, you're not trying to sit down with your feet. You're trying to sit down with your hips. So you're gonna sink your hips. And I pull my hips to the bottom by putting my hands behind me and pulling up to the top of the water. Because when I pull up, I'm traveling in the direction of the back of my hand. So my hips are going down when I pull up. Chin up. Let's get your belly up. Let's get a float going, arms under. Okay. Now sit down. Yes! Good job! Okay, so now we're gonna review back to belly, the pineapple where you're already on your back and you roll back onto your belly. This is the easier one. Yep, chin back. We're not gonna use any momentum for this one. I'm just gonna have you lay back. Bring your feet off the ground, belly up, arms under. There we go. Now you're light as a feather, and now you're gonna roll to your belly. Which arm are you gonna use? Okay, here we go. And then stand up, by knees in, pull down. There you go. Good. Good. Arms forward, and now pull your knees to your chest and stand up. Good. And when you roll to your belly, I want you to put your face in the water. Hi, my loyal subscribers. This is how you roll from back to belly. You take one arm, you go across your body and behind your head. When you get there, your arms, take your other arm, match it out in front, and then dismount. Watch. Good. Arms underwater. Good. And now roll. Arms in front. Got to say deep breath. Bring your knees to your chest. Good. Nice. Back. Good. Face in the water. And dismount. Knees to chest. Good job. Good job. So that will conclude our review session. And now I'm going to put fins on them and have them on the kickboards, learning how to use fins for the first time. I'm also going to teach them how to walk in fins first. So if you're an instructor out there, safety first. Always go over the things with new equipment that could harm them and teach them how to prevent that harm from coming their way, and then utilize them as a tool. Okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is teach them to walk in fins. Because the blades are so long, you don't wanna walk forwards in fins. You actually wanna shuffle backwards. So turn yourself around, look over your back shoulder, and shuffle your feet backwards. Slide them on the bottom of the pool. Okay, so I'll have them walk back and forth across the pool in fins backwards to start, just so they're not surprised when they come to their feet and need to move around. They're used to it. Good. Remember, folks, yesterday when I said that when you add water, the wrong instincts kick in? This is what I mean by that. People unnaturally, instinctually want to walk forwards, and that's the wrong thing to do with fins on. You got to shuffle backwards. So I'm here teaching the right instincts. The next thing I'm going to do is teach them how to dismount out of fins. So you always have to dismount from your back when wearing fins. You can't dismount from your belly. Because if you dismount from your belly, the fins will scrape the bottom of the pool, and then you'll fall forward and not be able to dismount. You are kicking on your belly, and you need to dismount with fins on. So first things first, roll to your back, pineapple to your back, and dismount. Watch. Okay, now the reason you have to dismount from your back, like I said, is so that now when you bring the fins down, you're bringing them down heel first. There's no blade on the heel. The heel will make contact with the ground, and you'll be able to slide the fin onto the ground. Okay, so you need to be able to dismount from your back. So don't try to wear fins, or if you're an instructor out there, don't put fins on your students until you've taught them how to dismount from their back. Because if they don't know how to dismount from their back and you stick fins on them, they will try to dismount off their belly, and it won't go well for them. Good, and then dismount. Good, good. And then the jet, yep, and then shuffle backwards. Good job. Chin back. Clear anything out, and then it's time to dismount. Good. Warren, get your chin up quicker as you're rolling.
All right.
Right now you're rolling to your back like this. Okay? I need you to roll to your back like this.
I got it.
Get that chin up a little bit quicker. Deep breath. Good. Deep breath. Roll. Chin up. Chin up. Good. Good. Arms under. Arms under. Breathe. Good. And sit down. Use your arms to help you sit up as you sit down. Let's begin. Good. You didn't take the second breath again, but that's probably didn't need it. Did you need to get water up your nose?
A little bit.
Okay. The other thing you can do, Katrice, is if without the second breath, you probably still have enough air in your lungs from the first breath.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the second one.
Because
Just
it's
start
so
releasing.
short.
Correct. So just start releasing the whole way through.
Okay.
Roll. Good job. Breathe. Good. And now sit down. Good. That was the best one yet. That was your best one yet, Warren. The next step is to have them start kicking with their feet on the bench, and I'm going to use the kickboard trick with them. Did I do that with you yesterday?
Yeah.
The kickboard test where you pushed it away?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give them a fun little kickboard test to see how effective their kick is. It'll be easy. They'll pass right away. And then we'll get on the board, and I'll help them kick a little bit back and forth here. First thing I want you to do is when you're going to be on the bench, and you're going to start kicking your legs off into the water like this. Just sitting on the bench. And we're going to let the kickboard get pushed by your kick towards the other wall. Okay? The more effective your kick is, the easier the time this board has traveling to the other wall. If your kick isn't very effective, it starts to kind of just sit here. Okay? So start
So
kicking.
we're going up and down?
Correct. Up and down.
Okay.
Yep. There you go. Good. 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 See how it's being pushed now? This is good. That means all the water you're kicking is being redirected backwards. What's that going to do to your vessel, your body? It's going to push it forwards. Everything has an equal and opposite reaction. Every action has equal opposite reaction. By kicking water backwards, you're pushing forwards. Your body's going forwards. Okay, Warren's turn. Good. Nice. You guys both have good, strong kicks. Neither one of you runs in the water, and neither one of you flex your feet. Remember to keep the kickboard up. One of the biggest temptations when using a board is that you want to push it down, pull it up. Pull it up with your shoulders. Okay, so to dismount for the kickboard, spin the board around and sit down. Like that, okay? All right. Now, the next part to remember is to breathe. Once you get on a kickboard, oftentimes you start to hold your breath because you're swimming. And our brain associates, once I leave the bottom of the pool or the wall, associates that with holding your breath and swimming. But instead, I need you to remember to breathe. So we're gonna go back and forth a couple times. They're gonna kick, and I'm gonna have them remembering to breathe. I'm also not gonna let them touch the wall. I'm gonna pull them in a circle. So here's how I want you to do it. I want you to start kicking this way,
Okay.
but I'm gonna pull you and turn you before you get to the wall. Go ahead. Good, breathing, good. Keep the kickboard up. Hold the board up. There you go. Good. Now spin and dismount. There you go. Good job. Okay, same thing here. 2, 1. Keep it up. Good. Breathe. Good. Whoa. Going sideways a little bit?
Yeah.
Nice. Way to hold your breath. That's the right instinct. Took a deep breath in. Okay.
My legs get exercise.
There we go. I turned it a little better that time. Okay. Spin and dismount. Good. Good.
Yeah,
You can use the bench. Yeah. Nice. Good. Now, one of the things that they don't know yet is that there's a bench in each corner in the deep end. And I'm going to have them now kick to those benches because I want them to be able to get more space and more practice with the kickboard and the fins. It's going to make them really nervous at first, but they know how to use a kickboard. They know how to use fins. And now they've had one day to learn that they can trust me. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe this will still scare them enough. But I wouldn't have done this with them on the first day, because even if they want to believe they trust me, there still takes time to develop trust between an instructor and a swimmer. 3, 2, 1, lean forward. Push the kickboard forwards and up. Good.
Don't you feel much better when you cross that line?
Yeah. Spin.
This count is better.
This count is better. Lean forward and go. Spin around. Great job. Great job. Up. Good. Breathe.
You told me to breathe normal. You're not breathing.
You're gonna reach for a wall? That's cool. Once you get better at reaching for the wall, anticipate the end of your lap by turning the kickboard out from your way from reaching for the wall. Get it out of the space between you and your safety, which is the wall. So as you would get close to the wall, don't reach for the wall with the kickboard still in front of you. Turn the kickboard away from you and reach for the wall. They'll come in nicely into your back. They'll get supported by the wall, and the water that you, or the current that you have created, will push you and pin you against the wall and keep you there. All right, so here we go. We're gonna learn some new things now. I'm gonna teach them how to roll out from belly to back and back to belly again with fins on now. So they're gonna be moving with the momentum and the speed. They're gonna find it much easier to do both rolls. They're gonna be able to roll to their back much easier and not have to worry about water going on over their face, because the fins will allow them to kick harder and higher, stay higher, and go faster. So they'll stay nice and confident. This should liberate a lot of freedom for them in the water. They should be able to start to do more things for themselves simply from being able to do these pineapples with fins on, okay? When you get to your back, I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna turn you around and bring you back to the shallow end, and then you'll dismount. I'm ready for you. Push off, arms forward, kick, 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 roll. Chin up, kick, 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 arms underwater. Arms underwater, chin up, good. Belly up, good. And kick. Excellent. Good. So smooth. Now it's time to sit down. Dude, yes! Nice. All right, I get really excited sometimes, yeah. Nice job. If I ever hit you too hard, let me know. That was awesome. Kick, 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 roll. Chin up. Good. I'm gonna bring you back. Wow, you're turning yourself. Very impressive. Your steering wheel on your body is whatever's in front of you the most. So right now her head is. Now sit down. I had to push on you a little bit.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. So what you did there is you turned your head to try and turn you back towards shallow end. That's interesting. That's very interesting, because
Leave it to me.
Yep. It's because when you swim, the human body, your steering wheel is whatever is farthest in front of you, your body part. So if my hands were in front, this would be my steering wheel. I'd have to turn them to the left if I wanted to go left, or turn them to the right to go right. But when your arms are by your side, like hers were when she was on her back just now, your head is your steering wheel now. So she went like this to try and turn herself back towards the shallow end, and it works. I didn't have to turn her nearly as much. So when you get your chin back, let's go chin back. And then this might be a little bit weird, but pretend there's a magnet in the sky right here above your face, and I want you to pull your face right up to that magnet a ½ inch. Nothing strenuous, because if you pull the whole head out, you're gonna sink. It's gonna be really hard to keep up and stay up like this. It won't be comfortable. But if you're here, where the water's right around your goggles, let's see if maybe we can get it to be right by our ears, okay? This I can manage. I'm pulling my face up just slightly, so it's just a little bit heavier, but not enough to cause myself any alarm. If anything, I just feel more confident that my face is staying dry. Chin up. Good. Good. 3, 2, 1, dismount, face down. Good, good. Go for it. God, I was turning him around. Almost let you go the whole way. Chin up. On this edge. And time to sit down. Good. Excellent. Okay, so now if you're wondering why I won't be teaching them how to go from their back to their belly right now, it's because then they would be dismounting on their belly and they have fins on. And I've already said that with fins on, you must dismount from your back. So the next step is actually to start teaching them pulls. I'm going to teach them pulls and make them dismount on their back. Then, as they know how to do pulls, I'll be able to teach them how to go from their back onto their belly with fins on and not dismount there, but pull there and then roll to their back, dismount to stop. So the breaststroke pull is completely underwater, not at the surface. You don't want to pull air. Underwater. Yeah. I want you to pull so hard that you feel like you're pulling water into the wall. Yes, like that. Yes. You have to realize just how much strength is required. You'll also find out, you'll also discover the harder you pull, the harder water gets to pull. Pull your hands back softly through the water. That's so easy.
Yeah.
Now pull them back really hard aggressively. That's so hard. All right, so now I'm gonna teach them, or I'm gonna have them start doing a couple of breaststroke pulls. They're gonna push off with their face in the water. They're gonna do 2 breaststroke pulls, and then they're gonna roll to their back and dismount from their back because they have fins on. You're gonna put your face in the water, do 2 breaststroke pulls. Two, roll, chin up. Lay it back in the water, arms down. Good. Now kick. Take your back. The other one. Oh, so slippery. Good. And time to sit down. Good. And sit down. Sit down. Just slow you down from running into your husband.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. So same thing. 2 pulls and then roll.
2 pulls, then roll.
Yeah. Now, if I could, unless that's a lot to think about already, I'm gonna give you one more piece of advice. Kick faster the whole time, not just at the end when you get on your back. From the beginning.
Okay.
When you kick faster, it makes the roll easier.
Gotcha.
It makes everything easier. Especially with fins on, your kick is more effective, so kick faster. Yeah. Good. And sit down. Keep sitting down. There you go. Good. Oh, right at the end. Dang it! Yeah. Don't push it under. Don't push it under. Clear it out. Yep. Being able to adjust while you're still swimming is important. Good. Now I'm gonna get them starting to take some freestyle pulls. We're still in the stage where I don't need them to breathe to the side. I just want them to practice taking a few pulls while they're holding their breath, while they're kicking. See, these are all things that they've just learned. How to hold their breath in water without accidentally or instinctually taking in water. How to kick and hold their breath in the water at the same time. That's something new. So now we're adding the arms. We don't need to also add in the breath. Yeah, it's important to teach breathing early and to make sure they are good at breathing, but we're still in that stage of the pineapples. So for now, I'm gonna have them take a couple freestyle arms without breathing to the side, roll to their back, and dismount from their back because they have fins. The arms start out in superhero, just like we did for breaststroke, just like we do for all kicking. But you take one arm pull while the other arm pull stays in front, and the other arm stays in front, and then another arm pull, and then I'm gonna have you roll to your back. So 2 pulls and a roll.
Okay.
It'll look like this. Okay? Deep breath. Good. Clear and breathe. I need to get swim shoes, I think, because I keep slipping on this edge. Okay. Chin back. Good. And sit down. Good. Just trying to breathe already. Nice. Yeah, water. Sorry.
That's okay.
Deep breath, 2 big arm pulls. Whoa, great roll. Now start kicking. Good. Chin back. And sit down. Good. Good. The arms help?
Yeah.
Good. 2 big arm pulls. Roll. I'm gonna let her do it all. Yep. Nice job. Good job. And sit. Bring that chin down soon. So the last step for day 2 is to now get them repeating those pineapples. So they're rolling from belly to back. Next step is I'm gonna have them roll back onto their belly after a few breaths. They're gonna take a couple strokes again, and then roll onto their back again and dismount. Okay? So it goes belly, back, dismount. All right, so it's 2 cycles of each now. I'll show you what it looks like first. If you got anything up your nose, clear it out. And then when you're ready, you're gonna take that arm, go across your body and take 2 more strokes. 1 more roll, and then I'll bring you back to the shallow one where you can dismount. Good. Arms in the water. Okay, now take a roll and 2 strokes. Deep breath. And then roll again. Good. Arms under, chin up. Clear any water out of your nose that you need to clear out of your nose. If you're choking on water, get it out. And sit down. You did it. You made it. Yeah. Flip. Good. Take a deep breath and then roll again. 2 more strokes and roll. Good. And now I'll take you back to the shallow one. Keep the face up. Keep it up. Nope, not down. And chin up, sit down. Jeez. Yeah, right at the end there. It was going so well, and then right at the end.
You didn't do your kick.
Good. And roll. 2 pulls and roll. Good. Yep, deep breath, chin back. Lay into my hands.
Chin back, not chin back.
Good. Belly up. You're good to go.
Oh yeah.
Now sit down.
Uh-oh.
Hey, you swimming backstroke already, huh? Roll again. Oh, deep breath. Roll again. didn't quite get a deep breath before that second roll, I forgot to cue you. And sit down. Arms, arms, arms. Use them again. Spin them. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Subscribers out there, listen up. Right before you roll back onto your belly, take a deep breath. Okay? So you're on your back for the first time. You're about to do the second set.
Yeah.
So take a deep breath. That way, you don't run out of air before it's time to roll again.
Gotcha.
Pull. There you go. Chin up. Deep breath. Roll. 2 pulls and roll. Chin up. Clear anything out of your nose that you need to clear. If you need to cough, you can cough, but keep your chin back and your belly up. Good. Belly up. Good. And sit down.
Oh, cool.
Good job. Good job. She breathes on her first stroke immediately. Keep your face up. Good. Now, deep breath. Roll again. 2 strokes. Roll. Good. I'll be darned. You ended up making it the whole way. Keep your face up. Keep your face up. Nope, you're pushing down. Keep it up. There you go. There you go. And dismount. Dismount. Oh. So we're gonna finish the day. I'm gonna put them back on the kickboards, let them kick across the deep end a couple times again. And then I'll probably have them do the push off where they have their arms in front of them and let them kick back and forth across the width of the pool today. Do 1 lower, lean forward, start kicking and breathe. Good. You'll stay near this edge because then I'm about to turn you. Okay, kick back. Breathe, breathe. Good, you are breathing, good. Now spin the board around. Yep. Breathe forward. Whenever you push off the wall, don't hop up because then it'll sink down.
Okay.
Just lean forward. So fast. And spin the kickboard. Good. Sit down. Good. 1 more lap for each, and then we do the back and forth here. Good. Just pull the board up. Good. Yeah. Starting to build some stamina. Good. Okay. Spin the board. Oh, good. That's the other one. I forgot. We already talked about that. Yep. Just get it out of your way and reach for a wall. Perfect. Here we go. You're going to try and turn on your own, aren't you? First turn that way a little bit and then turn this one. Yeah. Now stall the kick. Good job. And to kick out of the turn, just nice and easy. You don't have to kick too aggressively. Keep the board up. Breathe. Good. And, oh, you went for the reach. That's okay. Good job.
Too early.
Yeah, if you were going to go for the reach,
So
wait till
come a
you get
little bit closer.
Correct. Now, the last thing today, nice and easy. Just kicking across this width. You don't even have to take a breath. You don't have to roll. Just kick.
Oh.
Make it. She's gonna make it. She made it. She made it. She made it.
Every thing.
Ready? Go. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There you go.
Man, it's true.
Sorry about floppy feet.
Alrighty guys, well that's it for day 2. Today we got them taking some pulls on their belly and learning how to roll from belly to back onto their belly. Got them used to kicking across the deep end all on their own. And we've got them pulling breaststroke as well as freestyle. Tomorrow we're gonna be getting them to swim more backstroke as well as the beginning stages of starting to take a breath to the side. The pineapple is how you take that breath to the side. And what you saw today was them rolling from belly to back to belly and over again. Well, a side breath is only a half pineapple. So I'll start to introduce that concept to them by the end of tomorrow. If you found these videos helpful, splash that like button, subscribe to the channel for free, become a member, buy the merch. Follow us over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or X for shorter tips and clips throughout the week. And with that said, get ready to rock it.